Happy holidays, guys! So, today this video is going to be a little short as Christmas and the holiday season is coming up. Today we're just going to make a really simple Christmas bell. Like, it doesn't really have a handle or anything. Actually, you know what? I'll rename this as a ball, okay? Because, we're not going to make any holes or anything, so it'll just be a Christmas ball, like the ornaments that you hang on the tree. So today we're just gonna make a very simple red Christmas ball. So here I have a sphere, and what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to color an object to make this Christmas ball. Now, to color an object, the one thing you need to create is a material. Now, a material is something that, when applied to an object, can modify its surface without changing its shape and size, such as it could change its color, or it could give it color, it could change its brightness or its transparency, make it glow, and etc. There are many different properties of you can edit. There are many ways you can edit a material. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a material. So down here at the bottom left hand corner, you'll see this kind of box. Now that's the material box, and now you just drag your mouse over to the create, which is right above the box. Just click create, new material, and that's how you make a new material. Now there's another way to create it, much faster way. Just double click in the materials box and you'll have another material. Each time you create a new material, at the bottom right, there's going to be settings for that material, as you can see. So over here, you can edit your material. You can change its properties. Now you see the sphere over here? That sphere is here to show you what the material looks like. So right now, it's just white, plain. This is the default material. Now, we're going to go over here to color. You see color right here? So let's say we want to change the color of this material. So first thing we want to do is go over to these three color spectrums. One red, one green, one blue. Now we're going to click on these little white triangles underneath each color spectrum. And we're going to drag this one just a little bit to the left. And you see how the color changes? The color box right here, it changes as I drag this white triangle across. So if I let go, it's going to change color. So you see now it's like a light turquoise kind of color. So the color change, the sphere, the material, it changes as I move the white triangles across. If I drag all three of them to the left, to the darkest part, then it becomes black. Drag them all to the right, and it becomes white. As long as these white triangles are all in the same position on the spectrum, it's going to look white because it's an equal mixture of the colors. If I drag to different points, now I can make different colors. Now I want to bring your attention over here, where you see that when you create the materials, they're called MAT and MAT.1. This stands for materials. So one way you can change the name is just double click on the text for the name, and then you can enter in bell. Now let's go back over here. Now that was just some info on how to change the name. Now you can change all kinds of settings. There's color, brightness, specular, illumination, but this can be kind of inconvenient because there are many features to a material, such as glow and all that stuff. But in here, you kind of have to dig around each tab in order to locate which specific modifier you want. If you want a more organized way of editing it, you have just double click on this material box right here, on a material that's already created. Just double click, and it'll take you to this material editor window. Now you see it's much more convenient now because each feature of the material is organized into its own section. So now there's color, diffusion, luminance, and the rest. And here you see you could here you could just change the name of the material as well. So there are multiple places you can change it. Now, for the colors again. So now you can edit the colors while you have color selected right here. And notice when I drag my white triangles, in over here, the sphere does not change when I drag my white triangle across. Only the color box does. And only when I let go does the sphere change color to my selected spot. Now, if you want to make it just a little less wet, like you don't want to just drag it over, you just want to make it just a little bit less wet, then you could just change the intensity of the wet. You see the numbers right here next to colors, they measure the intensity. So you could just click the down arrow if you want it to be just a little less wet, like maybe a little bit darker, so you can just click these and change the intensity. Now, it really doesn't make a difference, like -1 intensity. There's no real difference. But if you want just a tiny change in color, these are useful. Now, if you can't find the exact color you want, just click on this color box right here. Click on it. I'll take you to this color picker, so you can choose any color on the spectrum, and you can choose any brightness or darkness. Now we want a red color bell. So what I'm gonna do is ball. Excuse me, ball. I'm just gonna drag these both here, and I'm gonna just drag it here. So see, that's how we can have a bright red Christmas ball. Now notice I have the color section checkmarked. If I uncheck it, then even if the color box shows a bright red, the sphere is gonna appear black because we don't have the color feature implemented. We need to check the box in order to use it. I check it only when I check it does it become applied to the sphere. Now I'm gonna uncheck specular because specular is the thing that creates a little tint of night in the middle, and for my own preference, I don't want that, but you can if you want to. Now, we're also gonna make this Christmas ball glow a bit, so I'm gonna go over here to glow. Gonna change the inner strength to about 54. Change the outer strength. That's how much the you see the glow that surrounds the sphere. That's the outer strength. So I'm gonna change it down a little bit. There, yeah, that's better. That's much better. So there are other features like diffusion, luminance, transparency. You can just in your own time feel free to explore each of these features and see what kind of changes they can bring. But for now, I'm happy with this. So now we're gonna apply this material to our sphere, our ball. Now how are we gonna do that? Well, there are two ways to do that. One way is to click on this material, just click once, hold, drag it over here. You see this green plus symbol. Once I drag it over my sphere, then I let go, and it becomes the same color as my material, and it's starting to glow a little bit. So there we have it, our Christmas ball, our very, very simple Christmas ball, like without a handle, just a perfectly round ball. So now I'm going to show you how you delete a material. One way is to just click the undo button, but if you choose to apply the material to your object and you make a few modifications, then you have to click undo many times in order to finally get the material off. Plus it will undo all of your modifications after you added the material. So how can you delete the material directly? Well, you can just first click on ball, okay? Then click on this material icon. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you drag the material to your object and let go and you apply it to your object, there's gonna be this material icon next to your object. It shows it just shows what material down here that you have applied to your object. So once again, just to delete a material, click ball. In this case, I'm gonna click whatever your object's name. Then next, click the material icon. So you see, you only have the material icon highlighted now. And then while your mouse is still on the icon, press delete. So you see now the material is gone, but it's still down here. Now the second way to apply the material is to click, drag it, and drag it over the bar. Just like the parent-child relationship in our last lesson, you see that it has a down arrow and a box. So you just let go. Now your material is applied to the cube again. I mean sphere. So there you have it. Our very, very simple Christmas bar or Christmas ornament. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and any questions, let me know. Of course, you know the drill. And well, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I'll see you later.